The holiday season is here. Merry Christmas, and if you celebrate everything else, Happy Hanukkah. I'm not saying the holiday part.
Merry Christmas.
Management doesn't want us saying that.
Just say it!
There's something about the Christmas season and TV specials that just makes me feel cozy inside. I grew up in the 2000s, so that means that I got too much of a mushy brain to not have these Christmas specials jogging up my memory. Of course, there's specials that I can remember every time, and pretty much the whole premise of a lot of them. Like a Charlie Brown's Christmas, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and Jim Carrey, or Right Before Christmas. A Johnny Bravo Christmas, Jingle Jingle Jangle, Billy and Mandy Saved Christmas, A Very Odd Christmas. Look, 12-year-old me had nothing else to do when that came on. I was always excited about this time because it was always the shows that would never get aired on TV that would get the opportunities to come back and actually just have a spotlight of me saying, oh, I remember that. This is always the time of year where, especially where I live, I would always get snowed in. And so it always gave me a reason to go back and watch these specials. I either would have to be struggling my way out or making a shitaway so Santa can give me my presents. These specials always brought a sense of family and togetherness in a lot of ways, especially around this time of year. And it's just the whole holiday set in general. There's of course tons of great specials that go beyond just Christmas that actually brings a more of a familiar feeling than a lot of people would say if they're not just Christians. The Rugrats Rabbit Hole will probably be a fun one. But you're not talking about the Rugrats. We're talking about a special that happened, oh wait, holy crap, this came out 25 years ago? A Christmas special that always has a special place in my heart. Because once I know that this comes on, back when I was a kid, I knew it was officially the holiday season.
With a smile on his face in this festive season, he takes on a trial, driven by pure reason. Looking through files, he searches with flair for a special old treasure floating in the air. He can't say where it is, but he doesn't much care, seeking out memories so sweet and rare. It's Olive, the other reindeer, a classic delight. That brings him such joy, makes his heart feel light. With a blanket, a toque, and coffee in hand, he invites you to join him. It's perfectly planned. To enjoy this old special as much as he does, filled with warmth and laughter, that's just because of the Christmas spirit.
See, for me growing up, the Christmas essentials for me was going to shovel for my folks so they can actually park their cars, and seeing all the cartoon specials that I can for holiday season on Cartoon Network. There was always two that stuck into my mind. Remember they got ran over by a reindeer and Olive the other rain? I'm sure I hit some of y'all with some core memories right there. No matter how bad one of them is. With Olive traveling to the North Pole to give Kris Kringle a hand to save Christmas. A weird fact about this special is that it actually aired in 1999 on the same day, December 17th, that premiered with Futurama as a 10th anniversary towards The Simpsons. So if you didn't know that, now you do. Of course, this would be a one and done by Fox that would become a cable television staple of the 2000s, of going on Nick in 2001 and then going on Cartoon Network until around 2002, 2012. And speaking about Futurama, this was actually helped produce by Matt Groening out of anyone.
Get out of my office!
This was based on the book that was by Vivian Walsh, but the artist with this derpy but yet charming style by J. Otis Seinbold. And to have, in the simplest way to describe this book, it's cute. It just has that charm that a lot of children's books have, so I can't really give a great description on it because I can just say, hey, think about children's books being so soft looking and adorable to look at that even adults can appreciate it. But with this special, it's gonna have that Matt Groening twist.
I think the Pledge of Allegiance was about me, Richard Stands. You to come?
Right. I heard you on the radio.
We always get the crazies on Christmas Eve.
Let's see why I actually appreciate this so much compared to a lot of other Christmas specials. With days away to Christmas and prepping for the season, she meets a sleazy penguin that will help him out a bit later. But with her owner feeling with no joy about Christmas, as we learn that Christmas is in jeopardy as one of the reindeer is injured, Olive hears with her not really feeling like a dog, I mean, she has a pet flea after all. The pet flea tells her that she should go to the North Pole, because that she thinks that she's a reindeer. And being fully convinced once the flea transcribing what her owner said and in the worst of light.
Can't kill my Christmas. Get out of this house. I'm getting a new dog, and I'm replacing you.
As it's settled that she must find a way to head to the North Pole, heading back to town that she meets a mailman. as this mailman and is actually more happy than ever because Christmas is going to be canceled. And so the one thing that I would say that everyone would be surprised about this if you've never seen this before, that it's a musical.
You've gotta be squidding me!
I think that it actually does a really great thing where it's not just about Christmas spirit, but it actually shows the narratives towards the characters that are singing. I think a lot of just musicals in general kind of falls into that trap where, especially with theater kids, that it tries to make everything in the song about them without really giving that whole volume and theme. And I'll probably splice a couple of them down to show what I mean by this, but there's definitely, it does a lot of things well, that it just doesn't sound like that these would just be Christmas songs. It actually just can feel like that in any other environment it would be these instead of just anything else. Have it in this way, it does a great thing where it doesn't try to be Christmas oriented theming, but it does in a way to bring it up. And it's not just how other Christmas specials that do these parts try to make it the whole essence of Christmas and Christmas style music. It's really too early for me to actually just give a shout out on a video, but there's actually a video that actually kind of gives a description of why Christmas music's not really being made today, but I'm already in like a really weird tangent. I need to continue on with this. Anyways, Mailman hates Christmas because of all the things that he has to do for the holiday season. And anyways, as she goes into the bus hall that will send her to the North Pole, she actually gets into a conflict with the mailman, and the mailman makes a good joke about mail fraud. Anyways, with getting Martini with her to go to the North Pole, things look like that everything's going to be going as planned, even though they take a quick stop to get some food. When they were getting food, the mailman was actually chasing them down, and the mailman disguised himself as a waitress and actually captured her. Without knowing, and one of the funniest things that can happen is a Deus Ex Machina reference. And I'm not going to give a full explanation of what Deus Ex Machina really means. Let's just put it like this. Deus Machina is just her finding a nail filer and escaping. Yes, I'm not just doing this for runtime, people. And while getting a close-up on the faces, let's actually talk about the visual style. The one thing that the special has going for is the fact that it has such a unique style for a Christmas special. Because I think a lot of times when you think of Christmas specials, you either think of the 1960s Frosty or those stop motion animated Christmas specials. And it's actually surprising of how it wasn't made in Flash, actually. And the fact that Flash was only 3 years old at the time of this being created, it was actually really surprising to see how much it wasn't, even comparing to the stuff that was made with Flash around that time. I don't know, I think maybe my old internet brain is just too used to those things. But with just an endearing art style just from the books, that it just makes me smile every time I see them look so jovial. Maybe it's just how when you see a cute animal look angry, you can't be mad at it right back and you just think it's even more cuter. But nonetheless, with the journey going further, she actually goes up to the North Pole, but yet she is stopped by an elf that is a part of security. But with Martini having the idea of actually helping her and not just stealing money from her again, that Martini actually corrects the security guard and lets Olive get in. As she scurries on and goes and meets Santa, we actually see the mailman is on their tail once again. With everything looking to be all set up and done correctly, Olive convinces Santa that she is actually the one that can actually help her. With Santa not wanting to really cancel Christmas, but only seeing the situation that it can be, Santa just says, why not? Christmas ain't canceled. We'll go in and deliver these presents. As they hear Olive, the mailman decides to actually steal the presents. What a Grinch, am I right? And put all the letters that Santa brought, and to give him junk mail. And so upon them flying and getting ready to deliver presents, they actually realize what's inside the sack. And so before they can actually deliver any presents, they go and look for the mailman with all the presents that he has, and even stealing my boy Martini. It's a sad day for you, my man. And with the chase down to actually retrieve the presents, they actually do set the mailman and actually crashes. Yes, Olive's a murderer. Okay, not really. Don't worry, he's fine. But with getting the presents back, Christmas looks like it's going to be all back to being on schedule and having that Christmas spirit once again. But the biggest part of this lesson in this whole Christmas special is to never doubt yourself. That it's always great to have tenacity even though you're not really prepped for the job. But if you show that you can really do something, your hard work can definitely pay off. And no one likes a Grinch. And John apologizing for being so hard on Olive. This means something to me. Hi guys, I know this is such a super quick video and I just want to more or less just wanted to test out the new mic I have. I know my old one had technical issues, so I hope that this is in the clearest way of hearing me. And I do apologize for my old mic. I know what happened to it, but I didn't have the money for the time to do anything with it. But hope everything's all fine. I hope all y'all have a great Merry Christmas. And I also wanted to say that in the link tree there is a Patreon. I'm not going to really be doing much with the Patreon. It's just going to be something that I put there just to post around and kind of give better progress reports than like Coffee. I'll still use Coffee just for that, but in the simplest sense, if you go and subscribe to the Patreon, it is literally just going to be, oh my god, it's literally just going to be an end credit and or probably when I do like one of those like mid-ad things, but that's only going to be happening for the longer videos. And if you subscribe to the gold one, yours is in gold. But nonetheless, I hope that you have a great holiday season. I hope that this did a lot of things just for being such a short video for what I've been doing lately. Just give it a like if you liked it, and if you dislike it, go and give it a dislike just for the engagement. I'll see y'all probably whenever I get done with all the watching I have to do and writing for the next big project. But bye.
Santa's going for a ride. Santa's going for a ride.
Vámonos.